Alright folks, I'm back, and in part 2, we got our animation to draw in and then draw out. And in today's lesson, we're going to add a fun little bounce to the drawing in. To do that, I'm going to lean on GSAP's tween.to method, which allows us to play through any existing animation with any duration and ease that we want. To illustrate this, I'm going to comment out the second tween in my TL timeline, and I'm just going to turn off GSDevTools for now. And what I'm going to do is say TL.tweenTo, and I need to pass in a time here. And I'm going to pass in the TL's current duration. And after that, just like any other tween, I'm going to have a vars object, and I can set the duration of this tween to be 5 seconds long, and I'm going to set an ease of bounce. So I've now created a tween that's going to animate through that timeline and put a bounce at the end, all right, with a duration of 5. So remember, our timeline is animating multiple paths in a staggered fashion, and all of them have an ease of none. But what I'm doing now is saying, hey, you know what? We're going to literally scrub the playhead of this timeline through its entire duration. We're going to take 5 seconds and we're going to apply a bounce ease. For something that doesn't look good, I can make this a dot in out ease, and this will just further drive the concept home. We'll see we bounce in and then we're going to bounce out. So that's the basics of tween.to. Now what I want to do though is also tween through the second tween here. So I'm going to basically glue together two tween.tos. And to do that, I'm going to reactivate the second tween here, and I'm going to add in a label called draw. So that's sort of the midpoint of my timeline between the first part and the second part. In order to properly glue two tween.tos together, I'm going to create another timeline called main. And inside this main timeline, I'm going to do an add, and I'm going to add in this tween that gets created right here. I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to paste it in. And instead of animating to the timeline's duration, I'm going to pass in where that draw label is. So that's just going to be from this tween to the end where draw comes in. I don't want the in out, so let me just change that back to a bounce. And then down here, I believe I still have my GSDevTools code. I'm going to turn that back on, but I'm going to set the animation that it controls to what I'm calling now my main timeline. Let's test this real quick. And what we should see is the animation just bounce out. All right. And now we can move on to tweening the second part of the timeline. Since we're controlling this timeline with another timeline, I'm going to get rid of this position parameter here, and I'm going to add another label at the end called end. With that in place, I'm going to take this code that I have right here, and I'm going to duplicate it. And once we've animated to the draw label for 5 seconds with the bounce ease, I'm then going to animate to the end label. I'll make the duration a little bit quicker. I don't know how the bounce ease is going to look, but let's just give it a try. And now we bounce in, and then very quickly we bounce out. So look at that amount of control that we have. We can control the playback of the first part of the timeline with a special ease and duration, and the second part as well. And to further drive this concept home, I could take this last tween here, and let's just copy it, and I'm going to paste it, and we can tween back to a time of 0. We can make the duration, I don't know, 10 seconds long, and now watch what we can do. We're going to play through. We get that initial bounce to the draw label, and then we're going to bounce to the end label, and then we're going to go all the way back and take 10 seconds with a very long bounce at the end. So I'm not saying you necessarily need to do this, but I just want to show you the level of control that we do have. It's an amazing concept once you wrap your head around nesting these tween.tos into another timeline. And now I know I may have went kind of quick through this, but the reason is that I lay all the groundwork for this in GSAP 3 Beyond the Basics with a very long tween to and tween from to lesson, where we have a basic demo that shows you controlling a timeline with tween to, and then we have this fake nesting demo which controls two timelines back and forth. So you'll see that both these boxes are sort of dancing around here. Well, the secret here is that I've created a timeline for the blue animation, another timeline for the pink animation. Doesn't matter what they do inside, but then I built a sequence of having the blue timeline play twice, then the pink timeline, and then the blue timeline again. So if we watch here, when I say do something, we play the blue timeline once, twice, then the pink, then the blue again. All right. So just like I just showed you, we're creating an animation timeline, and animation is adding, the blue animation is tweening to its duration, and it's repeating once. And then we're going to add in the pink animation, just have it play, and then we're doing another tween from to on the blue animation at the end. So this is just a way of showing you how you can combine nesting with this tween to stuff, all right? Again, I've got loads of information on all of this. If you really want to go deep with GSAP, check out GSAP 3 Beyond the Basics. It's part of my complete GSAP course bundle. But for now, you should have plenty to study and play around with this demo right here, as it pretty much drives in all of those concepts. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you're notified of all the new lessons coming to GSAP Summer Camp 2025 and beyond. If you want to learn more about GSAP, head on over to creativecodingclub.com and check out my comprehensive GSAP course bundle. Thanks for watching.